I absolutely loved this game. Alien Resurrection is a 2000 first-person shooter game developed by Argonaut Games and published by Fox Interactive for the PlayStation. Now, the game is based on the 1997 film of the same name and was originally intended to coincide with the film's release, but was mired by development hell for several years, finally being completed and released in 2000. Now, following the same basic plot of the movie, the game takes place years after the events of Alien 3 and follows a cloned Lieutenant Ellen Ripley awakened aboard the USM Auriga and trying to escape from the xenomorph-infested research spaceship along with a crew of mercenaries. And well, when the xenomorphs bred from the Queen that was extracted from her cloned body escape containment and begin running rampant aboard the Auriga, well, Ripley must unite with a group of ragtag mercenaries to escape the vessel. Now, the game is a first-person shooter with survival horror elements. It consists of 10 levels, the first 9 taking place in the xenomorph-infested USM Auriga, with the last aboard the mercenary ship Betty. Betty? Christ, why would they call a ship Betty? Anyway, the player uses 4 different characters from the movie. Ripley is the main playable character from a majority of the game's levels, while Cole, Di Stefano and Christy each get their own level as well. And each character has their own special equipment, and some players also have different weapons. The selection includes a laser rifle, a double-barrel shotgun, a grenade launcher, shock rifle, and the brilliant flamethrower, and not to mention the rocket launcher. Now, you must complete different tasks to progress across the game. These include killing clones and ejecting overheating escape pods. In addition to the drone aliens, the player also faces marines and facehuggers, as if the player is implanted with an alien. They must track down a device to remove it, or the creature will hatch and the game ends. Later fighting boss creatures are also there, such as the alien queen and the newborn. I remember that newborn in the film. Flippin' weird. Now, as I said, as in the film, the action takes place in a spaceborne remote military research vessel that has been overrun by the aliens. You know, the aliens, the big scary bastards. Anyway, you make your way through the chaos, encountering survivors, wasting facehuggers on drones, and collecting an inordinate number of keycards along the way. And make no mistake about it, the way is dark. It's dark in the sense that graphical glitches are likely being hidden, but the darkness also sets the atmosphere very well. I mean, there's lights flickering, there's steam blasts from the wall vents, and then there's the scripted events such as the alien bursting through a doorway played out in cinematic fashion all around you. Very atmospheric, I have to say. Brilliant. And I have to say, I was also impressed with the audio effects in this game. I mean, there's the frustrated squeal of the vanquished enemy, or the quickening beat of your heart when you're near death. They all contribute to the mood very well. And I have to say, the audio and video elements do work well together, bar some fairly chunky animations and some weak screams. But all in all, the visuals and sounds, they're pretty good. Not perfect, but they're pretty good. However, I have to say, the game's control setup is probably the most terrifying element of this game. It's not brilliant. The left analog stick moves you forward, back and strafes right and left, while the right analog stick turns you and can be used to look up and down. But I have to say, more than too often, you'll turn to face a foe and you'll find that your weapon is aimed at the floor or ceiling, while the alien is gleefully hacking away at your midsection. And on top of that, add to the mix a few other head scratchers, such as how the triangle button controls item and health use. I was certainly wondering how Sony let this get by without requesting a few different control configuration options. I really wish they sorted that out. And that's nothing beyond the control issues. I have to say, Alien Resurrection is gruelingly hard. That is, it's hard to the point where you'll spend as much time reloading your save file as you will actually spend playing the game. Now, I certainly found it easier with the PlayStation mouse, which I did own. But I have to say, most PlayStation owners probably don't own this, and therefore they will find the game almost unplayable, difficult to control, and unreasonably hard to enjoy. It's certainly a dramatic answer to own that mouse to a problem far more easily solved by adopting the control scheme from EA's Medal of Honor, for example. Now, with regards to the reception of this game, the video game received mixed or average reviews according to the review aggregation website Metacritic. Critics praised the game's atmosphere and frequently scary gameplay. However, criticism was directed at the graphics as well as the harsh difficulty level. I have to say, I was okay with the graphics. A little bit blocky, a little bit basic, but still, it was okay. But the difficulty level, no way, that was unforgivable. Then there's Next Gen, who said that the game had nice atmosphere, but what starts out frustratingly quickly becomes kinda slow and dull. GameSpot also criticised the then uncommon dual analog stick control scheme, describing the game as almost unplayable, difficult to control and unreasonably hard to enjoy. Despite this, the control scheme would soon become standard for first-person shooters on consoles. There was a bit of a theme about what everybody's saying about the controls. It was a bit difficult to play. GamePro then went and said that the game was a fine first-person shooter, but unless you're a big fan of the films, there are even better options such as Medal of Honor or Quake 2 to play. And to top it all, the game only sold 250,000 units. It was ultimately a financial failure for Argonaut Games, and this was mainly due to its lengthy development period. And that's all a shame, but I have to say, for me, this is still a good game. For me, it's an underrated game, it really is. I mean, blimey, I used to get nightmares after playing this game, and that must be a good sign that the game done its task that it was set out to do. The game was absolutely full of atmosphere, it really was. And I also love the absence of the soundtrack. The bleeping motion of the tracker coupled with the heartbeat in the background, it really sent shivers down my spine. So for me, Alien Resurrection is an underrated, a forgotten gem on the PlayStation 1 era. I mean, if you're a fan of survival horror first-person shooters and like a good challenge, then give this one a chance. I suppose the only thing I would say about it is I'm not a fan of the controls. If you can get used to those, you're in for a brilliant game. Give it a try.
Aviso. Núcleo central. Núcleo central. Fallo de refrigeración. Emergencia. 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 Requiere activación manual de refrigeración.
Okay folks, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed my short video of Alien Resurrection on the PlayStation 1. Thank you so much for watching my video, much appreciated. Now, Please remember to like my video, share a comment, and better still, subscribe. Until my next video, I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.